my dad's like I guess like his at home office little work.
I forgot you
work.
were home.
Yeah, it's he's like this thick ass chair. It's nice. It's comfortable. Oh, gotta change the font real quick.
Of course. Like, oh wait, that's from 2 days ago. It's from, like, saying it was, like, Times New Roman.
Somebody said that. Is that what you said?
No, that's what the one from, Tuesday was at the Georgia one.
That was Georgia. All right, now we're good to go. All right, so we'll,
Audio's good.
sweet, both for both of us.
Yeah.
All right, bet. All right, you ready? Let's talk about this rock fight.
Mhm.
Um,
I
all right.
already did picks, I guess.
Yeah, no, we already picked him, so we're good there. You want to put him on the Google Doc?
Yeah. Dude, I might put my sunglasses on.
Why?
This is bad.
Why? Is it just that long night?
The light in my eyes is killing me.
I don't know. Not a good look.
It's not good look.
All right, let's
It'll be
get
fine.
this started. You ready?
Yep.
All right, let's start in 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to the Wise Guys Podcast. I'm your host, Brady Fitzgerald, joined as always by my co-host, Chris Hagan.
How you guys doing?
Doing all right, Chris. We had another great Thursday night football game that we get to discuss. This one involved your team, and for some reason, me starting Justin Fields in fantasy. And I
all
can't
right.
believe I watched every game, every minute of this game.
It's because we're slaves to the NFL. So they can give us these games that no one in their right mind should be watching, and they just throw it on prime time. And because it's football, we will watch.
And here we are, sitting here talking
Here
about
we
it.
are.
Um,
The
where do you want to
most
start?
astounding thing is it looked like the Bears had sold out their stadium.
Yeah, it
Like, people paid money. They have to work the next day to go watch the Carson Wentz show.
it seemed like they were into it the whole time. So props to Chicago fans for being there, being like active for this terrible Thursday night football. It must have been cold. It must have been windy. The uniforms. I can't get behind the Bears ones. They just look like the
Nope, I don't like
Browns.
them. The orange helmets is not a good look. I don't even like the orange jerseys.
No, they look like the Browns.
Yeah, and that's never what you want to be.
No. So I guess we have to talk about like the game.
Why?
I don't
It
know.
happened.
It happened. It was
It
a
was
rock fight.
it went about as well as you could have expected it to go.
Justin Fields, every time he drops back, he got murdered. Every single time. He would drop back, there would be a defender in his face within 2 seconds. He was either running for his life or getting slammed on the ground. Both quarterbacks looked like they wanted to lose. Both defenses they were the only ones trying with the defenses. And God, this was terrible. I guess it was fun to see Brian Robinson get a touchdown.
I guess that's it. I mean, he's the only player on the team that like actually excited about because it's a cool story. I don't care about anyone else.
It's a cool story that they tried to like say on the broadcast and didn't mention that he got shot 8 times. They didn't mention it until like the last 2 minutes of the game that he got shot 8 times. The Thursday night football broadcast itself like also sucks. It buffers every 2 seconds. Do you see at halftime that little like I don't know what they were trying to do, the SNL comedy sketch that was going on?
That was so bad.
It was so unfunny.
That was like the least funny skit I've ever seen, I think.
The quality looked like we were recording it. I think we have better quality than that was. I was like, this is Amazon. This is
Yeah.
a trillion-dollar company. How the hell do they get that? They can't even make it look like he looked like he was in his basement doing that.
Mhm.
And who
The
is
whole
that guy?
thing was an embarrassment. I
Yeah.
have no idea. He should never be allowed to be on TV again.
The only good thing about this Thursday Night Football broadcast is Fitzmagic at halftime. It's the only
Mhm.
thing that's good.
Yeah. They
I
do have a decent group of guys at halftime.
Yeah, no, they have a solid group at halftime, and they have to talk about these terrible games.
And it was funny, at least, like, Tony Gonzalez was just not holding back. He was like, "This sucks. Like, this is a terrible game. Both these quarterbacks look terrible. Like, I don't wanna watch this anymore."
Al Michaels, they almost get a touchdown in the third quarter. They get oh no, the Commanders get a 3, and they were in like the red zone, and they're like, oh, they could have gotten a touchdown, and Al Michaels goes, oh, God forbid, God forbid we get a touchdown.
For last week during the Broncos-Colts game, Al Michaels like, "This game it's so bad. It's getting to the point where it might just be good. You know what I'm talking about?" And Kirk Herbstreit was like, "No."
No, I'm shocked. But if it wasn't for that muff punt, literally this would have just been a 7-3 game. Because
I wish I would.
the Commanders couldn't have moved the ball. The Bears somehow like were actually moving the ball a little bit, but every time they're in the red zone, Justin Fields would like just throw it out of bounds.
Mhm.
And I think I was tired of why'd we have to see Carson Wentz wiggle his hand so much? Every play it was like, let's watch Carson Wentz wiggle his hand.
Yeah. I thought he was hurt.
I wish he was hurt.
I wish he was hurt.
Got to see someone
I'll
else.
root for injuries, but I'll root for him to get hurt.
All right.
As long as it's not, like, too severe.
Did you see Ron Rivera's his quotes after the game?
I got an alert that said Ron gets heated from ESPN, but I haven't watched it.
Oh, he got heated. He basically was saying that it's basically like everyone going against him saying that he hates Carson Wentz is bullshit, and saying that all the guys in the locker room work their ass off and they don't deserve any of this. And then he walked off.
I just feel bad for him at this point.
Well,
He's been under the Snyder regime for this is year 3, and it's catching up to him.
it definitely is catching up to him.
He's got to go,
He's losing it.
but it's no one can succeed here. I just feel sorry for him.
Did you
He's
hear all
probably
this
sick and
the sell
tired.
the team chants?
No.
It was after the game.
Uh-huh.
The like Fitzmagic and Richard Sherman all talking, and all you hear in the background is fans that are still there 30 minutes after the game going, "Sell the team."
Like Bear
Sell-
fans?
No,
Oh.
Commander fans.
I love it.
I guess they traveled. Who knew? They can't even travel
They're
to
everywhere.
Washington.
They're just being mean.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Cheap
That was,
shot.
that was a cheap shot. I'm sorry. I just all right. That's all I got on this game, honestly. That's all I got. Anything else you want to mention?
I don't know if I'm happy that they won.
Yeah, you told me that yesterday because I said I guess good win.
Yeah.
And you were like,
So
nah, I would have
conflicted.
rather them lost.
But I can't watch the game and actively root against them. Like when they got that 4th down stop, I was like, all right, like nice job, guys.
Yeah.
But it's like the most little interest that I've had in my life, probably.
Which by the way, your third down stop was definitely pass interference, and that definitely should have just been first and goal on the half-yard line. But
Disagree.
all I needed was Justin Fields fantasy points, and I got 18. I'm all right with it.
That's probably his best game of the year, right?
It is. It's his best game of the
Because
year.
that long run that
Yep.
they gave up.
Yeah, right at the end.
Ridiculous. Like 50 yards.
Yep. So my luck just keeps growing, Chris. This fantasy team, I'm getting projected like the worst points every week.
Because you're not good.
4-1, baby. 4-1. Already up on you 18. All right.
So did we talk about the Wise Bowl?
We mentioned it a little bit.
Yeah.
This week is the Wise Bowl in our fantasy league. And I just can't believe I got 18 points from Fields. I'm excited. It's like I'm already taking a victory.
It's not fair.
Brady's going to get you like 9 points.
I know. I mean, he hasn't even been that good.
No, he
I'm
really
still
has.
projected to beat you by 9.
Yeah, you are. I'm worried about
No.
all my running backs this week. I got Najee and Clyde and Zeke.
I thought you were in on Clyde again.
I am in on Clyde, but against the Bucks, I'm not in on Clyde.
That's fair.
And Najee, I'm out. I'm out on
I don't like starting Noah Fant at tight end.
Najee.
I'm not crazy about that one. I went for Taysom Hill, but somebody bid like $30 on him.
Did he really? Because I saw Jamari has him. He
Mhm.
did 30 on him.
It was a lot.
That is a lot.
Let's see. This is our best podcasting segment.
Yes, where
It's
everyone
like the
loves our fantasy
football
yes.
tangents.
Yes, everyone loves our fantasy football tangent.
Yeah, $31 was bid
That's
on
nuts.
Taysom Hill.
I can't wait for him not to score anything and Jamar be like, "Yo,
Oh,
what
yeah, he
happened?
won't.
What the hell?" All right.
Oh.
Let's move on. Let's get going. We're going to the Wise Picks. We're bringing on a special guest. Ethan, turn on your camera, unmute yourself.
How's it going, boys?
What is up? This is if you're a long-time listener, you should know who this is. Ethan Vausage. He's been on the pod a couple times.
Draft expert.
Draft expert.
Expert.
And now PFF expert because
You know it.
he pays for it and we don't. So Ethan, our first pick, we got Chris with the same. Actually, I guess the first pick was Bucks -8. So the Bucks -8. What do you got to support that against the good old Pittsburgh Steelers?
So the big stats to look at in this game is the big time throw percentage and the turnover worthy throw percentage for both quarterbacks. And I've never seen something like this. That Tom Brady, his big time throw percentage is the same as Pickett's turnover worthy throw percentage.
Damn.
And Tom Brady's turnover worthy percentage is the same as Pickett's big play percentage. So basically, Tom Brady at his worst is better than Pickett at his best. So there's just simply no chance that the Steelers pull this one off.
My thinking here too is that they can't run the ball anyways against
Not at
terrible
all.
teams. So now how are they going to run the ball against a great run defense? And
An even better pass rush defense.
yeah, I think they're gonna score like 3 points this game.
The average pass block grade of the Steelers O line. Here a guess. What do you guys got?
Average pass
Out of
block
100.
Out of 100.
56.
I'm gonna go 70.
59.5.
Oh,
They round up to a D. That's awful.
yeah, that's terrible.
That is not very good. They're slowly becoming like the worst team in the NFL.
It's bad. As a
it's
Ravens
great.
fan, I love to see it.
It's great because Pittsburgh fans have never had to deal with this.
Oh, it's great.
Especially kids our age have literally never seen a losing team, much less a team that's worse in the NFL.
Yeah. And it's not like they're losing close. They suck.
No, they
Getting
stink.
slaughtered.
Yeah, they really do suck. So, I guess first pick, and then they're gonna stick with Pickett again. Ugh. So what do we believe? Oh, is there any faith in Pickett, or is he just in a bad situation?
I think the O line doesn't help at all. Obviously, he's got great weapons on the outside, but if you can't throw it to him, there's nothing. If you can't turn it into a running game, that also sucks. Like, what are you supposed to do?
Yeah. No, I agree.
Right now,
I just think he's in a terrible situation, so he's kind of getting thrown into the fire.
I almost wish
we always talk about that with like rookie NFL quarterbacks. Is it matters so much who you have around you, like who's your offensive coordinator, who's your head coach, line, receivers, all that, and it's just not working out for him right now.
If I was a Steelers fan, I'd almost wish that you just stuck with Mitch the whole year. Give Pickett the whole the Mahomes treatment. Let him sit the whole year, learn. You're not going to be good enough with Pickett anyways to make the playoffs. No point.
Yep.
It's crazy how they really didn't upgrade their offensive line at all, and it was
one guard and downgraded everywhere else.
Yeah, that's it's pretty impressive for a team. It's for a team who's been doing the right stuff the past 10, 15 years. So
long time. See Cam Hayward calling out Tomlin, calling him a fraud.
Yeah, he said it was a butt tweet. He said it was a butt.
Yeah, right.
Tweet. Yeah, okay. Yeah. All right, Chris, say up your first one.
I got the Saints +2 against the Bengals at the Superdome. What do we got here?
So looking at the Bengals offense versus the Saints defense, it's pretty much Lattimore's going to be following Chase the whole game, which is to be expected. But Paulson Adebo, their second corner, out of 116 eligible cornerbacks, ranks 73rd. So he's garbage. And he's going to be up on
Not
T.
great.
Higgins and Tyler Boyd, so that's going to be rough. But if the Saints can get their pass rush in on that horrible Bengals O-line, there's a chance.
So
We're
this
looking
one,
at,
That wasn't super inspiring.
Yeah, it's looking a little rough, but where we got here?
This is what I do. I started making picks earlier this season that I actually liked, and that's when I started losing. So I had to completely shift gears, look for the stinkers. This one doesn't make sense. The Saints have looked awful. They're only getting 2 points at home.
I was gonna say, Ethan, we're bringing you out. The first two get your two AFC North rivals. You must be loving this.
Oh, it's great. It's fantastic. And if you look at the Bengals tackles, out of 66 eligible tackles, they are 60 and 66.
All right,
They're
I like
awful.
that. I like that.
Didn't they just spend all this capital getting these guys?
For zero return.
Oh God.
JPP had a great game against them last week with no fingers.
Chris, I think what hammers this +2 is that video of Joe Burrow scared of the cough.
Yeah.
How is that supposed to inspire any confidence
I
to
don't know.
anyone?
It's that and it's dome.
Yeah.
So if he's flinching because of a cough, he can be flinching like hell for how loud that stadium gets.
Oh yeah, and Cam Jordan too, down his throat.
Marcus Davenport having a great year.
It's fun. Marcus Davenport has been having a great year. He's I remember
82 overall pass rush grade.
They traded him up for him like 2 years ago, and he did nothing the past 2 years. So at least they're finally getting their return, I guess.
Another good spot for the Saints here is Joe Burrow's having his statistically worst career year. His lowest time to throw percentage and career high in his turnover worthy play percentage. So expect a big game out of the Saints defense.
All right, I feel good now.
There you go.
Feel better.
All right, this next one, I had to get in on the game of the week. Chiefs +2.5 at Arrowhead versus the Bills. First time I think in Mahomes' career he's an underdog.
Out of 41 games. It's crazy.
That is.
Is it actually?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think does that include playoffs too?
Probably.
It's probably, yeah.
I can't imagine many games they weren't home playoff favorites.
Yeah.
They haven't played a road playoff game, have they?
Jeez.
Actually, I don't think they have. Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it. There always seems to be at home. That's insane. All right.
But for this one, there's less great stats that really support either team just because they are so evenly matched offensively, and everyone knows the Bills' defense is better than the Chiefs' defense. But looking at the two players, Mahomes has got that drive that Brady has, that Lamar has, that those if you need a fourth quarter drive, he can get you a fourth quarter drive. So looking at games where Mahomes is losing in the fourth quarter, he has 102.2 passer rating in those 11 games that he's won. Wow. So I expect them to be behind in the fourth, and for Mahomes to pull a rabbit out of a hat and get this win. Probably by a field goal to hit the 2.5.
That's how the same thing happened in the playoffs. It seems like
exactly.
It happens against the Bills all the time. Yeah, I think my mindset here is just that I like both teams. I think both teams are really good, but I just think at home, how are you gonna give me plus points on Mahomes?
Yeah, that's very tough to pass up. And they also they just find ways to win.
That yeah. Without Tyreek Hill, they'll find a way to win. For some reason, the Bills, at least 2 plays of this game, will just not cover Travis Kelce. So
because no one does. It's the most frustrating. He's the most frustrating player in the league.
No, they just leave him wide open all the time. So yeah, I think you're right. The stats are gonna be pretty even for both of them, but I don't know. I like that dog mentality that Mahomes was showing on Monday.
Are we worried at all about the revenge game?
It's funny. I'm not. This was all the mindset of the revenge game was last year in the playoffs, and they blew
Yeah.
it. That-
I will look for Von Miller to have a huge game against Orlando Brown, who's been struggling this year. Not been great.
really,
Yeah, it's
I
been
didn't
bad.
realize that. What was I gonna say? So if they lose again, is Stephon Diggs gonna stand and watch the celebration one more time?
Nah, he's gonna go fucking be pissed off in the locker room.
Is he gonna shove the cameraman?
I don't know about that far.
That cameraman needs to just walk in front of the tunnel every game. He needs to walk in front of the
Get the
opponent's
bag,
tunnel.
dude.
Yeah, every single game. Just get manslaughter charges. Or not manslaughter, assault charges. Not
Manslaughter.
assault charges.
Has there been a punishment handed down yet by the NFL?
Not by the NFL,
I think since
but the
that
guy
second
sued him.
camera, the second camera
probably
angle
did.
came out, it's obviously wasn't on purpose.
It's funny. They say it wasn't on purpose, but like his hands were up. Like he was up shoving them. He just took he
I
wasn't
don't
in
know.
his
It
way.
looked like he was more like surprised, like oh shit. Not
He
like
also tweeted an apology about it.
that's also like the
And,
easiest
like
thing to
the
do.
camera makes it seem something else. He said like, "I'm sorry, shouldn't have done it. My bad. I was mad."
The guy filed assault against him though.
for
Ballsy
Whip-
move.
whiplash.
Yeah, ballsy move.
Whiplash.
All right.
That's huge for that camera. That's just like right place, right time.
Oh, man.
Honestly.
So Chris has found his crack team. Go ahead, Chris. Share the world what your new crack team
E-T-S. Jets. Jets.
is. So
No, I love Zach Wilson. +7 at Lambeau. I mean, if the Packers are going to lose to the Giants, I think the other New York team is also going to keep it close.
Yeah, so looking at these two teams, Aaron Rodgers, obviously every quarterback plays better with a good O-line, but Aaron Rodgers specifically, so he has that time to hang back in the pocket and wait for stuff to happen downfield because he can make any throw as long as he has the time to make the throw. And looking at the Giants game, Wink Martindale blitzed him like crazy like he does everyone. So expect Robert Saleh to do the same. He's a great defensive mind. And the right side of that Packers O-line is terrible. They have an average pass blocking grade of 69.7 for the whole line, and the right guard, right tackle combo averages a 58.7 pass block grade.
Yeesh.
So Shaq Lawson, Quinnen Williams are gonna have a great game. Jonathan Franklin Myers has a 83.1 pass rush grade. Expect him to eat. So
Can you give us
I
give us
love
some
that.
Zach
That's-
Wilson stats?
he hasn't played much, so it's hard to see a lot.
He's got the dog in. That's what matters.
That's all that matters.
The dog in him, hunting the milfs. Like, what else do you
Yeah,
need?
that's right.
It's only a matter of time before Giselle finally hits his line.
Honestly.
It has to happen.
Next time they come to New England.
Oh,
We'll
Tampa,
be
come
hung.
on now.
Oh,
Chris
I guess,
living in-
yeah.
Yeah, living in the past, Chris. Living in the past. It's a great logic. If one New York team's gonna beat them, this one's got to keep them close, right?
Bing
Has
bong.
to. They got some great corners.
We
And,
got, like, there's literally, it's just straight gut picks.
No, I think it makes sense. Ethan, you had a good point. They do have great corners, and these guys haven't been able to get open for Rodgers. So, what's gonna be the difference? Like this is still, I think this Jets defense is just the same as the Giants defense. Can't be any worse.
yeah, they have better players.
At worst, they're frisky.
Yeah, exactly. I think this is gonna be at least a 7 point.
And looking at Zach Wilson, his offensive grade went up by about 15 points from week 4 to week 5, so he's gotten better every game. So expect that trend to continue.
Nice.
Love it.
All right.
I think the Packers pull this one out, but I think it's close.
Yeah.
They have to pull this one out, right?
Closer
There's-
to
This is a must-win game for them.
They look like I feel like they look like absolute buffoons. Like they were supposed. This is supposed to be. And did you see? I saw a tweet yesterday. I don't know if it's real or not, but that the Packers locker room assumed that Rodgers is going to retire after this year.
Yeah. I saw that he's like made it clear
Yeah, that's what I've
that he's
heard
planning to
too.
retire after this season.
They so this is their last chance to win a Super Bowl. And
Yeah.
they completely whiffed on the Devontae Adams trade. They didn't get anything back that helped Rodgers or helped this team in this 2022 year. So they really they screwed the pooch. And if they don't get Odell Beckham or someone in the middle of the year, they're screwed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I doubt they're
I
getting
said
Louis
before the
J.
season that I wasn't worried about him at all, but I am now.
I didn't think they were going to be great.
And when
Didn't think they're gonna be
the
this
second that you
bad.
lose the Giants
Yeah,
is, I think that's when we're waving the flag,
definitely.
hitting the panic button,
All right,
the trouble. What do we call it? The trouble
trouble
button.
button. The trouble button. The this my last pick. I'm taking Bang Bang Niner Gang. Again, -5. So Ethan, give me some stats. Give me some stats here. They're facing the Falcons.
So AJ Terrell, great year last year, breakout year, but this year he's ranked 71st, the 71st best corner. So he's struggling. So expect Debo to go off. It's going to be a good Debo game. And they also just traded away their they being the Falcons traded away Deion Jones to the Browns. It was a great cover linebacker, not that great run defense, but great coverage. And so expect George Kittle to just have his way with their backup, whose name is Michael Walker, has a 60 overall pass coverage grade. Not great.
Did he play? Did Deion Jones even play this year?
I think he played a game or two, but either way, 60 pass coverage grade is not going to fly against George Kittle.
Definitely.
They need to get Kittle rolling.
Oh,
Yeah.
Michael Walker's out.
Yeah,
Alright.
so I don't know who they're playing behind.
Michael Walker's backup.
Michael Walker's backup. There's no way he can't be better than Michael Walker.
It's impossible.
So what I'm looking at right now, I'm looking at some headlines. They're saying the Atlanta quarterback, it might be on to say may hinge on the Niners game. So
I mean,
I
it's
ge-
kind of messed up to say that he's going to hinge on the number one defense in the NFL. So, like, good luck.
yeah, that's true. So Mariota, is he been having this? I mean, they won 2 games. He's been.
I want to say he's ranked like mid-20s. Let me look it up real quick.
That's not terrible.
Mariota.
It's funny.
Especially looking at his.
Great.
This Falcons team is super frisky though, so that's what I'm worried about. Like they lost to the Saints by 1. Lost to the Rams.
They don't
by
really
4.
get blown out.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
And they don't blow anyone out either. Of course,
No.
they're garbage.
But they will hang around at the end of games. We've seen it a couple against the Rams and against the Bucks last week. Like they will.
He's,
It's like the opposite of what they used to be, where now they're actually like coming back in games, not winning.
a 61 overall grade this year. It's not great,
Oh.
but had his best game of the year last week against Tampa Bay, but not looking great.
The only thing I'm worried about is that they're wearing their red throwbacks,
Are they wearing the red pants? Yet to wear the red pants.
the red helmets and the red
Mhm.
pants. That's what I'm worried about. I feel like these teams like get rejuvenated. with
problem.
these uniforms.
I mean, we saw with the Pats last week.
Yeah, no, they played out of their minds.
Yeah, I don't like this anymore.
No, I'm still in on it. As long as
If they're wearing
Nick
the
Bosa's
throwback.
questionable, if he plays, I'm still in on it. And look, Jimmy G, born winner, -5.
Obviously.
All for it. All right, Chris, your last pick.
My final pick, I'm rolling with the Jags +2 in Indianapolis. Now I don't know if the roof is open or not.
It's
It means a lot.
Which
It does mean a lot.
I think my guess would be it's going to be open, but I think I'd rather it be closed.
Probably.
I don't
Kitty
know.
Payne nor Shaq Leonard's playing, so
Yeah.
this has got to be.
They're saying Jonathan
mean-
Taylor might play, but after a high ankle sprain, even if you're playing, like it's still not great.
What can you give us some stats about this Colts team and why they're so garbage on offense?
Their offensive tackles are probably the worst I've seen. They have the worst offensive tackle duo in the league with Bernard Brayman, who's got a 54.2 pass block grade and a 67.6 run block grade, and Matt Pryor is even worse. I didn't know it was possible. A 45 pass block grade and a 54 run block grade. So pretty much, Matt Ryan can't do anything because he can't move.
Yeah,
You're getting pressure
It's-
every
it's
single
just-
time. Like, what do you do?
It's just like abuse of the elderly.
Honestly.
They're just like throwing him back there. He has no one to block for him,
And
he's
no
a
one to
statue.
throw to either.
That's right.
It doesn't
He's
help that
got
he has
Pittman.
no one to throw to.
And now that Taylor's banged up, he has no one to hand the ball off to. Like that's why Wentz kind of like his poor play kind of got overshadowed because they were so good running the football that like they didn't need him to do that much until that last game of the season. And this year, when you don't have that, now Matt Ryan just gets exposed.
Yeah, Matt Ryan. I didn't know he could look this bad. It's awful.
It's just sad. It's
really
hard
is
to watch.
sad.
Look
He's an
for
MVP of the league.
look for defensive Josh Allen to have a good game with an 81.4 pass rush grade going against those horrible tackles.
Love that. I love how all my picks I'm betting against a team that has terrible tackles.
That's a good sign. It's what you want.
So what's the way to do it?
Yeah, it's what you want.
Bengals, Packers, and Colts. The offensive lines all suck. Games won in the trenches.
Game is definitely one in the trenches. This Jags, this is gonna be and they blew him out earlier this year. I guess it was a shutout, not really a blowout.
Oh, I forgot they already played.
Yeah, and Matt Ryan threw 3 picks and looked terrible. I'm kind of expecting the same game. And it's funny with we were talking about Trevor Lawrence and how Doug Peterson, the bet, might be getting thrown down the water as coach of the year. I think it's more of Lawrence's fault than the coaching. I feel like they're putting him in good situations to win these games, and Trevor just keeps turning over the ball.
Say what? He fumbled 4 times against the Eagles. Can't do that.
Yeah, no, you can't expect to win a game like that either.
No.
Yeah, this has to be a bounce back spot for them if they're going to remain like a competitive team. I mean, this division is wide open.
Yep. Anyone
all these teams are. No one's trying to win.
No,
I honestly think the Jags are going to pull it out.
They have to pull it out, right? They got to have the best talent. Like
I don't see the Colts
maybe
getting any
Tennessee.
better.
Yeah, the Colts are. I don't want to ever watch the Colts again.
I picked up Alec Pierce from on fantasy. He's some white dude that Matt Ryan likes. A little rookie wide receiver for him. He might be him and Pittman are like literally the only people on the team that can catch the football.
He's like the new version of Austin Collie. For Austin Collie on the Colts.
Nah, that's
you never heard of that guy?
Nah, I wouldn't.
I don't know. Never mind.
Sorry, Chris. All right. Let's do the rest of the preview for the NFL week. What is this now? 6?
Yep.
So, Ethan, I know we didn't tell you to prepare for this, but any games that picked in particular that you're most looking forward to this week?
So I did look, obviously Ravens fan. I looked into that game. It's the Revenge Bowl for Wink Martindale. He's known for his blitzes. And if you look on Ravens Twitter, more so Giants Twitter, they're like, "Oh, I can't wait to make Lamar try and beat us with his arm. Send the blitzes. He can't handle it." But look at the stats this year. Lamar is the best quarterback against the blitz with a league-leading 124 passer rating against the blitz. So expect Lamar to eat this week.
You know why? Because they blitz against Lamar Jackson and leave Mark Andrews wide open every single time.
You just can't.
It's way too easy for that. Is Bateman playing this week?
Bateman is not playing. So expect another big Devin Duvernay game. Looking like a playmaker.
Who else? DeMarcus, I guess it would be like, is it DeMarcus Robinson?
DeMarcus Robinson, kind of a bum. James Prochet goes off in the preseason every year and then has been a healthy scratch the first 4 weeks. So maybe he'll do something.
He got a catch last week.
It has to be another big Mandrews game.
It has to be. That's what our offense revolves around.
No, that's
also,
why,
our defense is going to shut down their offense without they're missing Kadarius Toney and Kenny Galladay. So they're starting receivers. We got Darius Slayton, we know him.
Yeah.
Marcus Johnson, never heard of that guy, and Richie James, who was like the 3rd string slot receiver on the Niners a couple years ago. So
all I gotta
should
say
be a good defensive game. No idea. Saquon.
Coaching. Their coach is good. All I gotta say is when is Kenny Galladay playing ever mattered for this Giants team?
No.
Very true.
If anything, it's probably better for them. Marcus Johnson.
Hilariously bad free agent signing.
Awful. I was mad when the Ravens didn't sign him.
We're gonna sign him.
I was mad the Pats didn't sign him, and Chris was mad the Commanders didn't sign him. We were all for it. Yeah,
Thank God.
that's a terrible, terrible contract. And it's funny because you think with so many teams who need wide receivers that one of them would take like a 5th-round pick to try to get him, but no one wants that contract anymore. All right. What other games? What other games we like this week? I mean, of course, I guess we could talk about the Browns, Pats.
Yeah.
I
Last
love the
time they
Browns.
played,
I love the Browns.
last time they played, last year, they got whooped 45-7. What's the rush defense of this Browns team? I'm pretty sure
Rush
they're dead
defense.
last.
Yeah, Browns worst rush defense in the league, but Pats also
Under.
not great. Browns are averaging a 192.4 yards a game offensively, and the Pats have a 58.2 run defensive grade. So not a lot of passes being thrown this week.
This
No,
game
they're-
is going to take like 2 hours and 30 minutes.
Yeah,
No, it's gonna be a
because of
quick
all the
game.
run. Like
It's gonna
they
be-
might
it'll be
not
done by
throw
3.
Yeah. They I agree. This is gonna be a really run heavy team for both sides of the ball. I think the Pats are right with letting Nick Chubb run all over him. I just think they're gonna make sure Jacoby Brissett doesn't do anything.
But like, if you're getting
That's not that hard.
80-yard rushing touchdowns every time he touches the ball,
Yeah, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
I mean,
Look, they played
it's happened before.
What's the grade? 58.
They
58.
played
I
they
mean,
played
that's
last year and they whooped them.
horrendous.
So I'm
Last
really
year's
not
last
that
year.
I'm not really not that worried.
Classic Pats fan living in the past.
They had a better quarterback last year, and they probably
Would you say Baker's better than Jacoby Brissett though? I don't know if I'd say that.
All right, maybe
I wouldn't.
not, but
I
like,
mean,
come
and
let's
if
on.
look,
he
let's
is, it's very marginally.
All right, Jacoby Brissett playing at a 78 grade, and Baker's
hurt.
Mayfield. Baker's always hurt. Playing at a 51, so it's pretty. That's 27 points right there.
All right, since we
Wait,
want to look at stats.
just out of curiosity, this is off topic, but what's Wentz's grade?
Wentz, let's look at it.
Okay, last year
63.
Last year they didn't have Nick Chubb playing, so that does change a lot.
Oh,
Yeah, but Ramondre 100 yards, 2 touchdowns last year. This rushing attack was potent last year against them. So I don't know.
I'm excited for the Ramondre game.
It's gonna be a fun game. I think it's gonna be at least close, whichever team wins. But I think it's gonna be a quick and hopefully a fun game.
You
Make
think
sure you bet the
under?
rushing over for every player.
Under? Yeah, I would think.
Yeah.
What is the under? It's like I saw it was like 43.
43 and a half.
Yeah.
You gotta bet the under. There's not gonna be enough time to score that many points.
Honestly. And the other thing is, I don't know who's starting a quarterback. I don't even know if it matters.
So they're
But-
pretty much the same player.
The same person. Literally the same person.
But I have
last episode that we did, you're like, I don't think they look all that similar. And then you look up the picture and you're like, all right.
once I saw the side by side comparison, I was like, all right,
Yeah.
they do look similar. I don't know. I think this Pats team's hungry. I think they're ready to win. They got two wins this season already. They're earning it back. You know, they want this win. I'm not giving up on them. All right.
Yeah.
What else we got? What else have we been talked about? Vikings, Dolphins.
Do you know
Skylar
how much
Thompson.
self-control it took me to not bet the Vikings?
Yeah, I almost picked them too against Skylar Thompson. Like, come on, Skylar Thompson.
Yeah, Skylar Thompson played at a
Why are they
58
only
grade
late
last week? Rough.
Yeah, why are they not? Why are they only favored by 3.5? Ethan, to give us a reason.
I don't know, dude. 3.5 is rough.
It's such a trap.
It is a trap. They're just gonna somehow they're just gonna dump it to Tyreek Hill and he's gonna get like 500 yards.
He's had a
Yeah.
whole week of practice,
Yeah,
whatever that's worth, with the ones.
whatever that is.
I know. This is just a game that like Kirk Cousins loses.
That's true.
I don't know. Is it a 1:00 kickoff?
It
It's
is
a game he
one.
wins.
It is 1:00, but it's in Miami.
Oh,
Weird things happen down there.
It's been way too hot in Miami this year. Teams have been going down there and just dying. So
I don't
it-
trust Kirk Cousins down there.
no, Kirk
Too
Cousins in
much
the
potential
Heat.
for some weird stuff to happen.
Kirk Cousins in the Heat. I'm not. It doesn't sound like a combination I'm there
No.
for.
He went to school in Michigan. Now he plays in Minnesota.
Yeah,
He's a cool
not-
weather guy.
He's a
not
cool weather
good.
guy. Rams Panthers. Why shouldn't I have taken the Panthers +10? I really wanted to.
Actually,
You see,
they just fired their coach. I feel like teams that fire their coaches are always
They're playing
Coming out
for a
hot.
reason.
yeah.
You see,
How about-
Cam Akers isn't playing because for team reasons, they're like being weird about it.
Really? I was,
Yeah,
team
it's
it-
not.
it's funny because
He's like working through stuff with the team. They said.
It seems like Cam Akers is like Sean McVay's boy too.
He's
So-
number 3, right?
Yeah, he's number 3.
So maybe they told him to sign an OBJ. They're gonna give up the number. He said, "No, I'm not doing it."
They need to.
They do need OBJ, and they need.
They are in desperate need of help.
They need it. They need an offensive line.
That's what they. Yeah.
Yeah.
So unless OBJ's
Need
playing
to-
guard,
Pull Whitworth off the Thursday night football broadcast and put him back on the field.
Whitworth needs to needs to eat a steak and get back in LA ASAP.
Yeah.
honestly,
They suck.
it's hard to watch.
No, they're awful, and of course I forget. I like the receipts of Allen Robinson in my fantasy league is always so bad.
Oof.
I think he was like a 6th round pick or something. It's something terrible like that. But they have nothing.
He's unplayable.
No, he is unplayable. I might drop him eventually, but if they don't score points against this Panthers team, and this Panthers team, I feel like has a good defense, so it's like they're not gonna score points again.
Yeah, I will say
Hey.
J.C. Horn's questionable though,
Oh, he is questionable.
along with Dante Jackson. So both their starting corners are questionable.
That would be big.
Yeah,
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Cooper Cup's gonna have like 300 yards.
He does
that
every
anyways.
game. He does every game because he's the only one who could get offense.
And he's white. Did you see the stat? It's like 90% of the passes from
It's-
their
it's
completions are white
unreal.
guys. It's pretty shocking.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. And it's like I want to think Sean McVay's this smart coach and can figure it out, but I haven't seen it. I just think the only way they win this game by +10 is if they get a defensive touchdown. It's the only way. Cardinal Seahawks. I just want to.
Oh,
I'm
that's
there
fun.
for any Geno game.
Yeah, this is gonna be this is the game of the week.
Yeah, it really.
think.
There's gonna be some fireworks in this game.
Screw Chiefs Bills. This is the game.
So James Conner, is he playing this week? Because I heard that like he had some rib injuries and their backup
Yeah, he was questionable.
their backup is what's his name? The guy from
Yeah, he's
Arizona
not.
State.
He's ruled out.
Oh, he is ruled out. They God, I'm totally blanking on their backup's name right now, but he actually played really
And
well.
isn't
last week.
isn't Penny out too?
Penny's out
Penny's
for the
done
season.
for probably the year.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
broke his leg.
They got Kenneth Walker. Wasn't he getting hyped up in the beginning of the
Oh,
year?
yeah.
Everyone's
Kenneth
like, oh,
Walker,
it's gonna be
he's
horrible
good
now.
too.
but
Kenneth Walker. Nah, he had a
Yeah.
good game last week against the Saints afterwards. This Seahawks offense does like it's literally the tale of two sides of the football because their defense
See,
is god awful, but their offense.
Geno's got the highest completion percentage of the whole league.
That's insane.
Like, how is that happening?
No, that's absolutely
I
insane.
don't know. Who is their is Schottenheimer still their offensive coordinator?
No
I
way.
have no idea who they're. I think didn't they switch like during the rush years? Didn't they switch their offensive
Shane
coordinator, like, every
Waldron.
year? Yeah, I feel like in the end of their Russell Wilson run that they just got a new offensive coordinator every year.
Mhm.
They tried to just.
Yeah, Shane Waldron started last year.
I love the Seahawks team. I'm not gonna lie.
I do too. They're so fun.
They're so much fun to watch, and it's even
They're like
funnier.
the new Lions, kind of.
They are kind of like the new Lions.
Because
And
now
it's
they have no expectations. Like now that the Lions have a little bit of expectations, they're not as fun.
It's a good point,
But
And-
the Seahawks, I guess, actually want to be a game.
and it's funny because it's the Geno Smith, and the best part about the Geno Smith combo is that his backup is Drew Lock. It's even cool. Like his backup's even more fun. It's like you just throw in either one of them.
No, Drew Lock is not fun at all.
What do you mean?
See, Pete
Unless he's
Carroll
there
said,
to do, who was it? It was a Ja Rule song.
Yeah, that's the only thing that
He's
he's the
on
only
the
reason why
bench.
it's fun.
And everyone thought
Carroll
he was
said
good.
that
I
he's
think just because of that.
Pete Carroll said he's biting the ankles of Geno Smith, ready to start.
Drew Lock's biting on something. I don't know what he's biting
Biting the ankle.
on.
It's the highest completion percentage in the NFL.
Yeah, no, there's no way they're ever gonna bench Geno for that. Unless he actually just like
Not a
turns
chance.
back into Geno.
Yeah.
All right, Sunday night, Chris's nightmare, the 5-0 Philadelphia
Not
Eagles versus the 4-1
Ugh.
Dallas
Oh,
Cowboys.
but there's baseball on.
Okay, there you go.
I'm ready to
Not
see.
watching.
I'm ready to see Jalen Hurts become a fraud this game.
I think Cowboys are gonna beat them.
Yeah,
Look,
This has the potential to be a brutal weekend in Philadelphia.
so
we'll get
it's
to
not gonna be
that.
fun going back there on Monday.
So, the Eagles. This is like the perfect defense to try to cover up what Jalen Hurts likes to do. They have
Yeah,
Yeah,
fast.
so he just
Say again.
4 total passing touchdowns. Like, come on,
How many rushing does he have?
like 8.
Yeah, and they're not gonna let that happen. Like,
No.
they're not gonna let.
They're
that-
gonna dare him
This
to
is
throw
like
the ball.
first good defense they've played.
Yeah, it is the first good defensive they've played. Actually, like the actual first good defense they've played. The Micah Parsons gonna eat this game. See it now.
Yeah,
Did you
He's
see
gonna win every game.
with DeMarcus? I think it was DeMarcus Lawrence what he said about this game.
No.
They like asked him about the Eagles being good, and he was like, "Well, how can we know if they're good? They haven't played the Cowboys yet."
It's a great line.
Got him.
That's a great line. They did you see and Jason Peters is on the Cowboys now, and he's saying that
Yeah,
the
that's
Eagles
right.
fans, what is this? They pride themselves on being nasty.
They are.
they are pretty nasty.
This is like, this is
They're not
old
nice.
old school NFC East, just
Yep.
brutal rivalry, and I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, there's gonna be some heinous activity in the stands this weekend.
No, and if the Giants keep winning, it's gonna be the same thing when they play. It's just gonna
Yep.
be like this heinous, toxic, literally the most toxic division in
So
the
toxic.
league.
I wish I could be a part of it, honestly.
Hey, you're
The
one
team
win
that everyone
closer.
Beats up on.
You're 1 week closer to getting back in there.
No, I don't. I'm saying like even when we play them, it's not like the same. It's just like these guys like
No,
just feel bad for them.
Yeah, they don't even have a real name anymore. All right.
Well, they all have good quarterbacks, which is why they're better.
Yeah, Cooper
So,
Rush,
according to
and Jalen Hurts,
our head
and
coach.
Daniel Jones. All right, and then last game of the week, we have to see the Broncos in primetime one more time. I think
Disgusting.
is this it? Nope,
no
they
way.
get one later in the week. Then later in the year, they get one more.
It's like every week.
Oh, dude, 2 weeks. 2 weeks from now, they have a London game, so that's basically prime time. And then
Is it 9:30?
yeah, it's 9:30.
Get it out of the way before I even wake up.
It's against the Jags too. It's a classic.
Oh
London
my
game.
God.
It's a classic London game. I'm sad there's no London game this
Brutal.
week. I'm not gonna lie. I love the London
I
game.
do kind of like the London
I
game.
don't because I forget to set my fantasy lineup and then I can get screwed.
See, that's your fault. Now, I'm there for
It is.
I'm there for the games. Even though
I haven't.
normally I don't like wake up until like 12 anyways on Sundays, but London games I'm there. I wake up at like 10 and I just roll around in bed watching football.
I haven't liked the London game since the Redskins played there and lost or tied the Bengals. That like scarred me from the London game. Like I just see stuff over there and it reminds me of Dustin Hopkins missing a 30-yard field goal. It pisses me off so much.
Oh my god.
That was like 7 years ago.
Broncos Chargers, are we
Don't think
expecting
about it.
anything good from Russ?
Nothing.
No. This is a game that if the Chargers are for real, they need to beat down on them.
I wonder how much of Russ being horrible this year is to that, like, was it shoulder cuff injury, rotator cuff injury?
Yeah, I heard that too. And
I think he's just washed.
Yeah. Because he wasn't great last year, was he?
Yeah,
he wasn't great.
He
no.
was banged up a little bit,
Yeah.
but when he came back, he wasn't good.
It's so weird his fall off because he never had a bad season in Seattle.
No, it's good, awful.
So I can't imagine that this stays so awful this whole year. But so far they've done nothing to change it. I think it's their coach.
It's just crazy to me. It's crazy to me how they added a better quarterback and are worse than they were last year. That doesn't make sense to me.
I think it's their coach, Nathaniel Hackett's real stupid idiot.
I think he was only there to get Rodgers over there.
Yeah, and it didn't work. Silly.
Just can't say that.
All right, and then the Chargers. They're on fraud watch for sure.
Yeah. It makes me so mad when people say that Herbert's better than Lamar, but like, when has Herbert ever won an important game?
Or like half of his games. Like, let's have Herbert win 50% of his games.
Make the playoffs.
Make the
Just take
playoffs.
care of business.
Yeah, and I like Herbert. I think he's a really good quarterback.
Yeah, he's great.
He can throw the ball really well. But you're right. I'm tired of him being in this top 5 conversation for quarterbacks when he hasn't even made the playoffs in his career. And he's been on teams that should have made the playoffs.
Yeah.
I mean, they had the chance last year.
Yep.
Their coach is Brandon Staley's rough though.
Yeah, Brandon Staley.
His calls are bad.
He's really like, and each week it gets worse. It feels like.
It
week
seems
with
like
Brandon
he's a
Staley.
good player's coach, but then there are moments like last week where they go for it at the 50-yard line with a minute left, up by 2 points.
And his players are
They're like,
tweeting at
"What
him
are they
saying, "What are
doing?"
you doing?"
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, they should
That was
be like they should be what they should be what 2 and 3 right now. Yeah,
Mm.
they definitely
They should be like 4-1
Yeah,
if they didn't do all
They
these
have the
bonehead
talent.
decisions.
yeah. If they didn't freaking get blown out by the Jags, and
Jeez.
what was the Chiefs game? They did something stupid in that one too, right? Went for it on some.
I didn't watch it, and they probably did.
Anytime they're on prime time too, there's like always some decision that's gonna get scrutinized.
Yeah.
So Ethan, do you have a favorite bet of the week? It could be one of our picks. It could be one of the ones we just talked about.
What do we got here?
I guess you didn't really look at the lines beforehand, so that's my.
Yeah,
Just give us a money line. Just give us a team that you think is gonna.
I really like the Cowboys beating the Eagles.
Love to hear it.
I hate the Cowboys. Hate the Eagles.
I'd rather
But-
see the Cowboys win than the Eagles. I don't know if that's a.
Just to put the
This is-
Eagles in their place. They're not
Yeah,
that
this is
good.
one of the first times where like I would be okay with the Cowboys winning. I'm not gonna root for them, but somebody has to win this game. I'd be okay if it was down.
Wouldn't mind a tie in this game.
A tie would be perfect.
Yeah.
That's all
That's the ideal scenario.
right, Ethan. Well, thanks for coming on. We could try to make.
Thanks for having me.
We could try to make this a weekly thing because we love the have. We don't like to have math pick our picks, but we like having math back up our picks.
We go with the
Facts.
gut and then hype
And then-
us up.
Yes, and then we get the math.
The math is the cherry on top.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
right. Yeah.
Definitely. All right. Well, thanks for we got to
right.
cover up some baseball real quick, but thanks for coming on, Ethan.
See y'all boys later.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. That does it for the Wise Picks and the NFL talk this week. Chris, you can see it on his head. You can see it on his jersey. He's got some stuff to talk about.
I'm nervous. So
So game
Game
2
two was
didn't
a
go
disaster.
as planned.
it was a disaster.
Disaster that far. I watched like the
So-
first 6 innings. So I don't think I made it to
So,
the disaster part.
I'm gonna start off by saying that Atlanta, that's what I needed. You had to get a split because now it's a best of 3. You got 2-0.
Yeah.
So it's not a big deal. It's
Uh-huh.
fine. But that was a missed opportunity because you got the best out of Wheeler, and in the 6th inning he hits a guy and walks a guy, and then Reese Hoskins makes an error at first that lets in a run, and then they score 2 more runs. Actually, I think they didn't even give it an error; they gave it a hit, which was brutal. But they gave up 3 runs in that inning when they should have just been done with it. But they also didn't hit, so you can't blame it all on Reese. So it was a missed opportunity. Go up 2-0, really take control. But like I said, you're coming home. You got Nola on the bump tonight. You got to win today. You got to win today.
So they're in Philadelphia. Are you good? Are you going to one of these games?
I will be in the building tomorrow.
Uh-oh.
I will be present. I'll be eating a cheesesteak. I'll be in a lot. I'll be in section 4 something. We're on the third base line in the upper deck. Tickets were bought just after they beat the Cardinals. It was actually pretty cool because I had the app looking for tickets, and they were just disappearing. Like every time I clicked on a ticket, it was just gone.
Oh,
So my
God.
dad went to like Vivid Seats or StubHub and got resale ones for. It was a little more expensive, but I checked the prices now, and we got a good deal because these things are going crazy.
Oh, I'm sure.
So it's gonna be a real sellout. Especially if they win today, it's gonna be nuts tomorrow. I need them to win today, though. I need it desperately.
So I was watching this game, and every time the Phillies were up to bat, I was just thinking what you said last pod, that the Stars got to be the Stars, and every time they were up, Bryce was up. I only know Bryce is your star, so that's all I was really looking at. But he wasn't getting it. So
Bryce has been hitting the ball well.
Okay.
He's back. He was in a slump at the end of the season. He looks good now. So I'm not worried about him. What I'm worried about is the top two guys, Schwarber and Hoskins. I think have one combined hit through 4 playoff games. So we got to figure that out. Thompson our manager, said that he's not going to move them out of their 1 and 2 spots in the order, which I don't like. But I'm not at a point where I'm going to be questioning our manager who got us here. So there is something to be said about.
Hello? I think I can't hear you right now, Chris.
Can't hear me?
Now I can. That's weird.
My green thing is popping up on Discord.
All right. I don't know what just happened, but you trust the manager. Get that. You don't
You
want
guys have to hit.
Yeah. I think the manager, what he's doing there is that, playoff baseball is all about confidence. You can't move them out of the order. You can't ruin their confidence. They're not gonna hit anything if you move them out. I feel like if you get rid of their confidence and do
Yeah,
that.
I guess. But they got shut out, so they're not hitting anyway.
Fair
But
enough.
they also they scored 7 runs in game 1, so it's a weird situation. Baseball is it's such a day-to-day, you have no idea what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Which is what makes it terrifying.
So first playoff game hosted in Philly since 2011. How hostile is this crowd going to be?
Hopefully pretty hostile. I want things thrown onto the field. I'm going to say the over-under of people running onto the field is 2.5.
Really? Running onto the field? What's
Maybe
the...
1.5.
All right, I was gonna say, come on, 2.5 people are gonna run on the field. It's gonna be. You're right, as you said on Sunday night. It could be a really sad day in Philadelphia. It could be a great day in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
But
it could be amazing.
So on Sunday, 4:30. Actually, never mind. It's not. I thought it was at home on Sunday too. I was gonna say what a day for Philly.
If they even play. The series could be over.
Oh, that's true. So it's. I asked last time. It's 5, right? The series. It's best
5. Yeah.
Best of 5. All right.
Yep.
That makes sense.
It's now best of 3.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So on a scale, where's the nervous meter hitting? 1 to 100. It's like a.
It's all I think about. So I don't know where that registers on the numerical scale. The game, I still got where to go. I'm gonna put it right now. I'm gonna say 60.
Okay.
It'll be 75, and it'll be a 99.
All right. It's gonna be. Hopefully it's a good game. Hopefully the Phillies pull out for you. I'm rooting for you. Know that.
I appreciate it.
I was watching the other game. The game 2 at a buddy's place, and he was a Braves fan, and I was like, I gotta root for the Phillies.
I've a couple Braves fans that are my brothers, and I think I'm watching the game with them today. So interesting.
That could get hairy.
Yeah. Try to be civil. To be civil.
Definitely try to be civil. The Braves fan, they seem like they're all over the place. What do you mean? like basically because anyone under Washington is basically a Braves fan.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like
So
the whole South.
yeah, so they
Not
got a lot of geographical fans all over the place. So that could,
Yeah, because I mean, like, no one's a Marlins fan or a Rays fan.
yeah, I think they're all Braves fans.
So it's like everyone that has like a Southern draw basically is a Braves fan. They don't live in Atlanta.
No, definitely not.
Like there were empty seats at game one,
Really?
Mhm.
That's surprising.
and like it was a 1 o'clock game on a Tuesday. So I get it, I guess, but come on, you would never see that in Philly.
That's fair. What are the other series looking like?
I would like to apologize to the Mariners
Yeah,
for completely blowing that game.
yeah, we blew
Uh,
it for them.
they were up 7-3, and I was talking about how excited I was about them. I'm sorry, Seattle. That's on me. You gave up 5 runs in the last 2 innings, and now you're down 2-0 in the series. So that's rough. They're probably done. First playoff game in Seattle since like 2001 will be tomorrow. So
Wow.
they'll probably lose, but atmosphere will be electric. Yankees. Actually, the Yankees are on right now.
Yeah, they're tied with the Guardians 2-2.
Okay. Yeah, so they got postponed yesterday. Guardians can't hit. So I'm a little bit nervous about that pick that I made. I guess I didn't consider the fact that they have one good player, and everyone else is buns.
And they're facing the Yankees.
So I'm a little nervous about that. And Padres stole one in LA. I think that series is going to go 5. I think the Dodgers are going to win, but I think it'll go 5.
I'm looking at those games. They're just the box scores right now. 2 great games there.
Yeah.
They hate each other, don't they? These 2 teams.
I mean, the Padres are the little brother.
So it's nice to get a win, steal one in LA. That's a good sign for the little brother.
Mhm.
All right, so how do we see these series go? And you still thinking the Guardians or no?
I mean, I already placed the bet, so
Oh, all right, ride it out then. They're
Yeah.
tied 2-2 right now. Don't worry,
right.
don't be
Gotta
down on
win.
yourself
Yeah,
yet.
you gotta win today. Gotta win today.
All right,
I think the Yankees lineup can get cold too. So
there you go. College corner. Who you got this week, Chris? I got no one. So
we have Indiana. Should be an easy win, but we suck.
so what really matters is what I sent you on Instagram. Is that right now
Coach,
we are
never mind.
projected to play each other in the Music City Bowl, and that means nothing right now. We're halfway through the season.
Yeah.
But that is just going to be the ultimate Wise Guys episode if we face each other.
We'll have to
Bowl
do
game.
some music or some video content.
Yeah, no,
Getting back,
that'll
well,
have to be some video
It's the-
content that we
it's
actually.
honky tonk.
We'll be there. No matter where it is, whether it's in Nashville or whatever.
Florida, I'll go.
Yeah, no, I'll go anywhere. For see us face each other, that would be our we would have to do a vlog, right?
Mhm.
So that would be super exciting. But of course, we have the rest of the season to go. So let's see what happens.
We'll see.
I'm just seeing all a bunch of GG Jackson stuff. I'm getting excited. Basketball can't come soon enough.
We're less than a month.
Yeah,
Less than a month away.
less than a month away. Oh man, I'm watching videos of his jump shot. I'm seeing like his interviews. I'm all there. And I keep seeing I keep hearing like NBA podcasts, and they mention like, oh, it's a 2-person draft. And I'm like, no, it's a 3-person draft. Wait for Gigi at number 3.
Yep.
To be there. All right, but that's all I got.
Yeah.
And I guess
Yeah, I got nothing.
fall
Else.
break, if you notice the background's different. I'm at home. Had to see the fam, had to see the dogs. All right. That does it, right?
Yep.
Anything else?
That's all.
All right. Well,
Go on Maryland football TikTok and watch the DJ Khaled video. It's
Okay.
hilarious.
I'll check it out.
For the listeners too. It's one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
All right. Well, that does it. Thank you all for listening. Hope you enjoy your weekend. Hope all of your bets hit. Go Pats. Go Phillies.
Go Phil.
See everybody on Tuesday.